Hi friends, happy Sunday. You guys, are you ready? Are you ready for a brand new week? Fresh intention, wipe the slate clean. I hope that you're choosing to show up today and that you're realigning tomorrow. Doesn't matter if you're in the middle of a program or you've been here for years or you're just getting started. We all start fresh every single Monday, really every single day. It's a perfect opportunity to begin again. So I have a call to action for you, which is just a bunch of fancy words for a challenge if you're ready and willing to accept it. I'm doing Transform 20 with Shaun T. I love that program. He just speaks to my soul. And today was the final workout of week 3. And he challenged all of us to do this very thing that I'm going to challenge you to do. I'm going to challenge you to get out a notepad. I want you to rock it old school. Don't use your tablet or your device. I want you to get out a piece of paper, whether that's in a journal or a notebook or whatever, and then I want you to write down all the ways that you won this week. If you've been tracking your nutrition, then you can document that you were tracking it. If you got so many workouts in, then you're gonna highlight that. If you prioritize a gratitude journal or getting outside for a walk or maybe your sleep or your water, whatever, like every single literal win that you have, that you collected this last week, I want you to document it and write it down. This is going to have nothing to do with, well, I could have done better or I could have pushed harder or I got 5 out of 7 workouts in. This is simply a highlight reel. That is what I'm asking you to do. I don't want to know your truth. Okay, I don't need to know what areas could have been better. This isn't an area of opportunity. This is an area of wins, and I want you to collect them because our brain, like what we focus on, grows. And so if you keep focusing on the hard stuff or that it's not enough or you're too far behind or you need to get your stuff together or you need to take it up a level, like it's important to gut check, but if that's your constant running mantra, if that's what you keep focusing on, of course it's going to feel complicated. Of course it's going to feel exhausting and it's going to be harder for you to get momentum on your journey. And the momentum piece is what leads to you being motivated. And that's what leads to you feeling successful and proud and like you're actually getting traction on your journey. So today I am challenging you to create a highlight reel. Maybe you do put it in your phone. I don't know. Maybe you have a running note of all the ways you're winning. And so when you're feeling super bluesy or super behind, you can check it before you wreck it, okay? I want you to do that today. So if you do it, I want you to drop a comment. I haven't done mine yet, but I'm going to. And I'm telling you, as your coach and fearless leader, that I know it's going to be sneaky. I know I'm going to have this like nudge to be like, well, I ate Lucky Charms during my workout today. It took me 450 years to get it done. Like I could highlight those, but I'm not going to. Instead, I'm going to highlight the fact that I got more of my transformers in, or I was able to not modify as much, or I prioritized reading things that are going to like inspire me, or I enrolled in a coaching class that in an area that I really need. I feel led to continue to develop, okay? So it's just the wins. That's all you're documenting. You're going to push all the other stuff to the side. There's a place for that later, but right today, on this Sunday, that is what I'm asking you to do, is to highlight your wins and just remind yourself that you're getting momentum. It doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be yours, right? Right. So no energy practice today. You can watch one of our older videos if you want. Otherwise, go outside and put your feet in the grass, touch a tree. Maybe you can get into a pool. Like water can be really grounding for us. Maybe you have a pet and you can sit quietly and pet your pet. That is grounding as well. All of these are all ways that you get to work on your own energy and kind of create your own energy practice, okay? So I want to know about your book of wins. That's what we're going to call it. That's what it is, okay? How did you win this week? What actions did you take? How did you prioritize your journey? And you're just going to highlight the good stuff. Just the good stuff. I don't care if it's super small. There's no room for should, there's no room for but, there's no room for if, there's no room for need to. None of that matters here. It's just I won my journey by, fill out the blanks, make it a challenge. Maybe you come up with, you want to find 10 things. Cool. And then you know what? You can take that into next week and it will change your filter of how you're looking at things. Like that's why I love having a gratitude practice, because it does exactly that. It changes my filter. If I know I have a gratitude practice that I'm actively collecting things for, I'm harvesting things from my life, well then it's going to change how I view stuff. It's going to change how I interact with people. It's going to change how experiences and even to-do items become something that are happening for me, not to me. had an interesting chat with my husband on our walk earlier, and I've been talking to him about mindset for freaking forever. And he's probably similar to some of you, where you're like, well, that's easy for you, or that's just stupid, or I could go ahead and say positive things to myself all day long, but it's not going to change anything. And so we had kind of a come to Jesus moment recently, and he told me in the last couple of days he's really been working on changing his self-talk, and that's the biggest part of this, you guys. So I asked him earlier, I was like, so what does that mean? Like, how are you doing that? And so he said that whenever a pity party comes up or some like just mean talk, he will physically distract himself and he will change the channel in his mind. I was like, oh, good job. I'm so proud of you. It's a hard thing to do. And I'm telling you, it's something you have to be really intentional about, and you're going to have to kind of hijack the script in your mind so many times until eventually it kind of clicks and it's just kind of you recondition who you are. But most of us, it's in our nature to be negative. It's part of just it's a survival of the fittest, right? It's looking out for ourselves and keeping ourselves safe, but it doesn't serve you. And so if you are living in this space of it's not enough, or you're too far behind, or it's never going to pan out, we attract what we think. We attract what we think, and we become those things. So do you want to be a person who never has enough, who's always behind, who struggles to change things or falls into old habits? If you want to be that person, then I don't know why you're here. But if you want to get better at being you, not perfect, not 100%, I'm not asking you to have all areas of your life figured out, because that's just not real life. That's not realistic. Like, I'm a work in progress too. So it takes you being active and just constantly editing your self-talk. I still do it. All these years in, I still have to be like, that is not serving me. It feels good for a second to say it, but it ultimately makes me feel really bad. And so I am the only one in charge of what I'm thinking. I am the only one in charge of the mantra and the script running through my head. And so do I want to choose to be a victim? Do I want to choose to just basically be along for the ride? Or do I want to choose to thrive in my imperfect life right now? It's not about when you're complete. It's not about when all the boxes are checked or you have this amazing transformation, you guys. That's great. And that's a side effect of you doing the daily action and working on your mindset every single day, collecting all those wins like Shaun T asked us to do today, and just giving yourself grace as you show up. So you know what? If you didn't see my post, it took me forever and a day to do my workout today. And it was a recovery workout. It wasn't even that challenging, but I just wasn't in it. I wasn't in it, but I wasn't going to quit, because I'm not a quitter. I used to be a quitter, and I'm not that person anymore. It didn't feel good to be a quitter. It didn't feel good to be like, ugh, that's another thing. So my new mantra is I'm not a quitter. I'm a winner. And it might take me longer, but that's okay, because the only person I'm in contest with, the only person I'm running my race against right now is me. The only person you're in contest with is yourself. So if you don't like who you've been, if you're ready to change the page, then change the page and take some new action. It won't be a magical overnight, story. It's not the Hallmark Channel, but this is your journey and you're in charge of it. So show up for it today. That is your challenge. How will you start fresh tomorrow? What are you going to do? What's your plan? If you need help figuring it out, drop a comment and tag whoever is your coach here so that we see it, because I have a lot of messages. If you're waiting for me in Messenger, you're probably going to wait a hot minute. So if you need help to get started tomorrow to make a new fresh plan, I want you to drop a comment and tag me if I am your coach. If you've been abandoned by your coach, because let's be real, that shit happens. I was abandoned by my coach. Did you know I have no coach? I have no coach. My coach, God bless her, is an amazing person, but she was a hobby coach. This is why it's so important who you align yourself with, who you sign up with, that there's someone who's working on their journey alongside you and shining the light. So my coach she quit Beachbody, and I am just kind of an orphan, but that's okay. There's plenty of other people that I can learn from, and I can become the coach that I want to be for all of you guys. But I need you to take action. I need you to own your part in it. And so if you've been ghosting my messages, there's so many of you that are totally ghosting me. I don't take it personal, because I know what that feels like, right? Like I signed up, I messaged a gal this last week about this homeschool course, and then she messaged me back, and what did I do? I ghosted her. And then I was thinking about it as I was vacuuming yesterday. I was like, wow, this is what it feels like for all of you guys and the people that are kind of like, you want to make a change, but it feels really overwhelming and scary. It's okay if it's hard. It's okay if you're not sure what the next right thing is. That's why you team up with someone. That's why you align with a tribe and an accountability group like this to help you navigate the journey. You're not all alone. You're not, unless you choose to be, okay? So take some action. Figure out what you want to do tomorrow. You don't have to check all the boxes. You don't have to figure out this massive life plan. That's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm just asking you to commit to a couple of things. I want you to commit to celebrating and collecting all your book of wins, all the ways you are showing up, that you are getting momentum, and then highlight that every single day. Remind yourself of that I'm worth this effort. And look at, this is the proof that I am changing my life 1 nanosecond at a time, 1 tiny action at a time. It all freaking adds up, okay? So drink your water today. I'm going to drink my water. I'm challenging you to do the same. Plug into here. I've uploaded a meal plan yesterday. Yeah. And if you need anything, if you need help figuring out what your plan is, what your workout's going to be, you're going to drop a comment in this group and you're going to tag whoever is your coach. And if your coach isn't active, you're going to tag me, because if you're in this space, well, you better be linked to me somehow, which I'm pretty sure you all are. Okay, so great talk. Collect your book of wins today. Figure out all the ways that you are showing up. And you know what? Even if you have 2 things, 2 things is totally worth celebrating. 2 things is what can get you from here to there. 2 things is where we begin, you guys. So just collect the good stuff and celebrate that today.